What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another G.I. Joe review, and today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes. So, taking off the sleeve, you have this just really nice embossed box all the way around with looks like kind of like a foo dog and a wolf. Right at the top here, you have some lettering, and if we use a translator app, it says Snake Eyes, apparently. So, that's what that says. So opening the box, you have this nice kind of scroll. Very cool. Feels nice piece of paper. And then you have your G.I. Joe box and the other accessories. I already have Snake Eyes out of the box, but just a quick look at the box. On the back here, kind of the art that they've been showing just without color. Very cool. So one of the cool things that they advertised on the Hasbro Pulse, and I assume this is not coming with any other Snake Eyes, is you have this little weapon display piece, kind of nice little scene on the front. Though I do wish that they had done this in a red on black. I think that would have looked just as good. And especially when we flip it around to the other side and you get the weapons display stand, you got the Arashikage logo going on here, or the symbol I should say. So as you can see, it's also decorated with a ton of accessories, all of which of course Snake Eyes can use. The thing about this is it's kind of hard to get everything to stay on there. Like the axes are kind of off balanced, that, you know, obviously it's heavier in the front, so when you try to put it on here, it does have this tendency to either rotate or lift the back handles up. Some of the swords just kind of don't really feel right on there, and I don't really like the side placement, but it's fine. They're all ultimately accessories for Snake Eyes. That said, the only one I find myself really caring about is the katana, but we'll get to that when we get to Snake Eyes. So here's the main man himself, sporting every one of his accessories that aren't on the weapon stand, with the exception of a kind of a chopping hand, which looks like it's got built in like the little climbing claws that you ninjas had, some of them at least. So you got those, and then you've got a ninja star throwing hand, which is cool. Nice little accessories. That said, I kind of wish there was more. Like, you got just those two, and then like the two gun hands on the trigger, which it's fine, but it does end up looking a little bit weird when you're holding a sword. So I'd rather some more hands come with these guys, especially if these are kind of supposed to be like this premium version of these G.I. Joe characters. I just think more options is better. Looking at Snake Eyes here, you have a lot of detail on here that is just like rubber pieces that are on here, like the grenade belt. His belts down here are, I believe, crafted together, yeah, and then you got like the holsters on the legs. They can move up and down. They typically don't get too in the way of articulation, but since how they work, you can actually go ahead and just move them around if you need to for articulation's sake. So I will say, I am a Snake Eyes fan. I've loved Snake Eyes as a kid. I love him now. I recognize that he is pretty overdone for the G.I. Joe line, but we're going to still try to be objective about this. One thing I feel about this Snake Eyes is I feel like this particular Snake Eyes is not 100% sure what it wants to be. You've got a lot of kind of commando Snake Eyes going on, but then you've got like that night visor Snake Eyes. It doesn't look bad or anything, but there is definitely a lot going on. The backpack here, I kind of feel like I could have lost it, and it just pegs in there. It's got some nice detailing on it, with the slot here for you to peg in the sword on the side. It's fine. I don't mind that it's in the package because you could always lose it, but I don't love the sword. So it's a nice sheath. For a all black character, they tried to give it a little bit of kind of like leather look here. You got the Arashikage symbol is painted, which is nice. You pull out the sword, once again the Arashikage symbol here, and the sword is like almost like a scimitar. I think that's how you say it, and like I kind of don't like it. Like, it doesn't look like a ninja sword. The handle is just too embellished. I don't like the curve here. Like, you know, this goes back to with the weapon stuff. I really like just the basic katana better, which you can, if you want to, you can put it in here, but it doesn't really fit in there right. I mean, it's very loose and it'll just fall out. So that's something to be aware of, like, because this is the sword that I want my Snake Eyes to have. It just feels right, but it doesn't look right in here. So if you want to make use of this, you have to use that. That said, you can just peg the sword right into the back if you don't want the backpack here. Nice hole in the belt there to accommodate it. And I do think that that looks nice, but perhaps not as nice of what I've seen before. Over here we've got him holding his machine pistol here. Nice details on that gun, not looking futuristic. Yeah, I really have no complaints about the gun there. He also comes with a pistol, which pulls out here, and then he's got a silencer that you can pull out there. If you want to attach it to the gun, it's just as simple as sliding it over the barrel there, and now you've got a silenced pistol. And I actually like that it is the same size, so you could slide it onto there. And that's pretty cool for kind of a stealth ops type character. Over on this side you do have his combat knife. Again, not super digging the look of it, but overall it's fine. Could have used like silver paint on there just to kind of jazz it up a little, I suppose. He's not completely stealthy because he's got silvers and stuff on his body already, so a little more silver on the knives would have been pretty cool. That may be something that later on I paint. Taking a close look at Snake Eyes, I love the visored helmet. I don't mind the extra little like breathing holes here, but I kind of wish they didn't exist. I don't mind them, I'll live with them, but I don't really need them. You do have this extra piece up here, which you could take off if you want. And again, the Rashikage logo there. The belts you've seen. The pants are very nicely detailed. Very military looking. Definitely look kind of like cargo-y type pants. The knee pads have a nice metallic sheen on them. And then you come down to the boots, and they're probably a little bit too shiny if you ask me. But, I mean, overall they're fine. Articulation on this guy, very good. The head is on a ball joint at the neck, and then I believe also at the actual head. You get great range of motion out of that. Coming down to the waist here, you do have a nice ab crunch to go both ways, as well as a ball joint in there, so you kind of can do a lot of things with that. Coming down to the hips here, just kind of ball jointed here, but it works extremely well with a double jointed knee. So you're going to get all that motion you need out of them. Ankle tilt and a forward and back rocker on there. Yeah, I am not someone who claims to be good at posing their figures, but if you are, this guy's not going to disappoint you. I forgot to show the arm. Like, you even got the butterfly in here to kind of get more out of the across body motion, which is nice. Like, given the way that the joints work and like this interior movement here, like, you can get great poses. Like, you can bring his two hands together, which is something that a lot of characters kind of struggle to do. You know, and even just like right in the center, like, that is something very cool that you can do. And, you know, if you are better than me, which most of you are, you can definitely get some really awesome poses out of Snake Eyes. Given how flexible he is here. Overall, I really do love the looks of this Snake Eyes. Even if it does sound like I'm a little down on him by saying he's a little confused on what version he wants to be and stuff. I mean, obviously he's just the G.I. Joe classified version, but he's very cool and he's very fun to mess with, and he's just cool. So I feel like one of the reasons I felt a little underwhelmed with this Snake Eyes when I first got him is because right before he was announced, I had actually picked up the Articulated Icons Modern Ninja and a custom Snake Eyes head for it, and I do feel like, honestly, it pulls off the old TV show Snake Eyes more. He's not as armored out, like, he's just kind of got the basics in terms of like a strap there. The two swords just look great on his back. He still has the pistol, he still has the silencer, no knives or anything like that, but like I think the frame just kind of works slightly better for Snake Eyes as a ninja. You may disagree. This one does feel very Commando Snake Eyes to me, and this one just kind of feels more cartoon Snake Eyes. But that's just my opinion. And just real quick, because I'm excited to have them together, there is the articulated icons, the white ninja, and obviously he is very much looking like Storm Shadow. I can't wait to see what Classified actually does with Storm Shadow. I don't regret the purchase of this guy. It stings a little more because of the articulated icons, I'd say. But he's pretty good. He's very, very armored out Snake Eyes. And if you like that look, then I think you're going to like him. I know my buddy Oscar, he actually sold his and he said he liked him, but he felt very much like a black painted Deadpool, which I could see that. If you're a Marvel Legends collector, you may be very familiar with this type of mold. I don't collect Marvel Legends, so it's kind of new to me, but yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with the Classified line, even if I don't necessarily love all their aesthetic choices. But as we get some more Classified things, we will review them. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next time.